Gary Schendel, and field reporter Beth Wood. And now, Steve and Sharon.
Let's say right off about the host of the day. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to Good Company, everybody.
Yes, welcome. Boy, do we have a good day for you today. Our Host for a Day winners, the people who auditioned and won from hundreds of people, are going to be here in just a moment, and they are going to take over for me and Sharon, actually hosting the show.
And they're just delightful people. You're going to enjoy meeting them and spending this hour with them.
Yes, we hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, by the way. We were actually off as of Wednesday, so Thursday and Friday we were on vacation, even though we were on tape. And we had a great time. We tried something different this year that we've never tried.
It was great fun. We had 17 people that were going to get together. We'd never tried before, right?
Something we've never tried, we never tried again. No, we tried something we hadn't tried,
right.
Which is having people go away to Wisconsin to a cabin and actually a resort and meet there. So all the families got together.
It was great. There were 17 people, and who wanted to cook for all those people anyway? So we went to this resort in Wisconsin. Everybody showed up there, spent the night, had dinner.
Yeah.
It was just wonderful. I thought it was a great way to spend Thanksgiving.
I do too. The beauty of it was if you didn't want to be there around all those family members, you could leave and go back to your room, which made it, you know.
It is nice to be able to come and go like that.
Yeah,
yes.
It really was. And a lot of people took advantage of that. You
Yeah.
know, they're there and then they're gone. I think it takes some of the pressure off of family activities.
And the older people who didn't want to be around the little kids all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it gets noisy. So
Really?
it really worked out nicely. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. We sure did.
Yes, very good. We wanted to mention that our Host for a Day winners are going to be out here in just for a moment, which is good because I'm totally confused. We had them get ready for this whole thing by taking them to get clothes for today and giving them a little bit of coaching. Field host Gary Lumpkin did that. Let's take a look right now before we meet them as how this whole thing came about. You see, we announced the contest about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then we narrowed down our various people to 3 finalists. And then the viewers had an opportunity to call in and vote, and those were the 3 finalist couples. First, there was Tom and Bob Bowerly from Bloomington.
And also Bill and Lori Thompson from Owatonna came in and auditioned.
And there's our winning couple, Joe and Dana Holzinger from Minnetonka. Here's why they wanted to be hosts for a day.
In my excitement this morning, I mistakenly took Dow bathroom cleaner instead of hairspray. So if we do get host for a day, I am just incredibly curious to what I'll do that day.
I'd like to find out which red light to look at.
Well, that was just part of the preparation for Joe and Dana, learning which light to look at, because we sent them out to do all sorts of different things to get ready for the show. First of all, we sent Joe here to Anthony's in Bloomington.
Right, and that's Jack McGuire on the left, who has impeccable taste, who outfitted Joe. Interesting colors, isn't it, that they put together?
Yeah.
And so Joe got an outfit that just looks great, I think.
They look great together, too. You'll see the combination. And we also sent Dana to Cedric's in the Galleria at the same time for her to pick something to wear on the show. And she met with Kim Kirshner. They decided what colors they really liked best on Dana, and then narrowed that down as she tried on a few different outfits. And then the one they came up with was this.
So what do you think?
I like it. This is the best part of the whole thing so far.
And then this morning, it was off to the Take 5 Beauty Salon, which, by the way, is located here in the KSTP building on University Avenue. And that is Gary Anderson, who both does hair and makeup, and he's making up Dana there. And did a beautiful job on both of them. Probably first time Joe had makeup on. Oh,
Hi.
What do you think?
Do you feel like a woman or a star?
Oh, more like a star.
Great.
David Hartman, watch out.
You bet.
And then to help Joe with the lights and all the other stuff, they were off to the studio for some last-minute tips from our field host, Gary Lumpkin, who explained how the cameras work and how to take cues like this hurry-up sign and others from our field
Another thing they'll
directors.
do is give you a countdown with their fingers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you have to finish when he gets to 1. We'll practice. You say your name, you say the town, you say, we'll be right back with more good company, and you say, so stay tuned.
Stay
Okay?
tuned. All
He's
right.
going to give you a 5-second countdown, and you guys got to hit his countdown, okay? Go.
Okay, Joe Holzinger and Dana Holzinger,
We're from Minnetonka.
and we'll be right back with more good company.
Stay tuned. We're out. We missed it.
We almost got it, but we'll practice it again, okay?
Okay, great.
All right. You'll be great, I can tell.
You could say our name. Don't...
Did I?
Yes.
I just
Who's
had
in
to spend the
charge?
whole weekend talking about it.
Yeah.
And getting ready for it.
Really?
Yeah.
They're all set and they're here. Would you welcome, please, from Minnetonka, Joe and Dana Holzinger, our hosts for a day.
Hi. Hi, Sharon. Hello. Hi, Steve.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hollywood Kiss Show.
Oh,
Well,
you look great. How do you feel?
Super.
Expensive.
Yeah?
Yeah.
but I understand, Dana, that you had a different outfit in mind. It was even flashier than this one that you really wanted to wear.
Well, this is a lot more conservative than something I'd wear. Some of my friends out there would tell you, but it's fun. The more I'm in it, the more comfortable it is, and I don't have to worry about if my shirt's tucked in. And the more I wear it, the more I like it.
Looks fabulous. Now, you said last time you hit the Dow bathroom cleaner instead of the hairspray?
Nothing
How'd you
this
do
morning.
No?
Gary did my makeup and hair, so I was safe.
Yeah. All right, let's find out a little bit about you two now. Joe, what do you do for a living?
I'm a CPA with a local firm out in St. Louis Park.
Have you ever done any acting or local theater or anything?
This is it.
Really?
Home movies.
Yep. Yeah, home movies.
He had some great skating ones
That's
when he was
about
about
it.
4.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you're 4 years old, you're not camera shy. Just wing it and have fun. And that's what we're here today.
And Dana, how about you? Do you have a profession, a career?
Waitress.
Where?
I was waitressing at Stonewings in Minnetonka, but they laid several of us off for the winter. So right now, just most of my time is spent with my children, and I've started my own company called Jennifer, and I sell the once-a-day marital vitamins.
Versatile, so if
Kinda
you're
like
into
blue.
blue rather than pink,
What do you do?
just fit them on.
Oh, that's great. Warm.
Wonderful.
Super. Okay, and we also have this right here, which is, what is this?
This is the, it's a lightweight survival kit. Backs up nice and lightly. What it does, keeps you warm, helps keep you away from, oh, here we go,
These are the
hypothermia. You know, I thought I saw those on the rack out at Anthony's, but I decided to pass
Look
on
out,
them.
Anthony.
These are available at the Eddie Bauer stores. Price on that is $8.95 on the masks, $9.95 on the suit.
Okay, let's go to this. Well, should we go to this one? I wasn't supposed to look, I was told. This is called Keep Your Loved Ones Warm, and it's a down-filled supporter for $12.95. This is the ha-ha
This is our surprise gift.
Do I dare pull this out? Should we move on? Let's move on to the Brookstone. You all know what this is about.
Chicken. Next
You think so? Should we try it on?
I think we'll pass on the fitting.
Is this great?
Great.
The man in your life, Vicki Audette. You don't have this on your segment. Okay.
Next we have the soapstone boot dryer. All you do with this is for drying out and heating up your boots after a day out in the snow and cold. Basically, oh, this one's nice and warm. Yeah, stay warm. You put the stone in the oven, heat it up, and then place it inside the boot. It helps warm up the boot as well as dry it off. It's a, oh, excuse me, you're on my card here.
Oh.
Available from Foster and Monaghan in St. Anthony, Maine. The boots here are from Eddie Bauer's as well.
Great. By the way, if you have any questions about any of this, call the connection at 922-9000. What
That's
else
for
do we
cooking.
have?
Next, the little electric barometer.
Oh, is this mine? Okay.
You bet.
This, I don't truly understand it, but I guess put in your car, your home, and just by pushing this button, it's supposed to give you, like on the banks, you know, the little weather ball? This is what it does. So today it's nothing. Oh, it's no change foreseen is the yellow. Okay. I guess that's about
like we're
it,
in
but
for
coming
nice
up
weather.
next, Vicki Audette's going to be with Joe, showing him some bargain Christmas gifts for the man in your life.
Coming up in the next half hour on Good Company, we'll announce more super bargains, including a 50% off deal on film processing for your holiday photos. And field host Gary Lumpkin helps make a young woman's fantasy come true when she becomes a model for a day. And our host for a day will get the chance to turn the tables and interview me and Steve. Coming up next, bargain hunter Vicki Audette with Christmas bargains for the man in your life. All this still ahead on Good Company.
Take a break, America.
Yeah! Isn't it time to bake a Nestle Toll House cookie? Break so warm and rich and chewy. That chocolate's heaven to me. America's favorite cookie. Break.
Toll House cookies. Warm, fresh, and oozing with chocolate. You can only bake them with Nestle Toll House morsels in the original recipe.
Isn't it time to bake the only cookie that makes America's favorite cookie? Break.
What do deli experts say about new Vlasic refrigerated deli dills?
It tastes just like the extra crunchy pickles my father used to make. They taste like they just came out of the barrel. Extra crunchy.
New Vlasic refrigerated deli dills. The cold makes them extra crunchy. Vlasic makes them taste great in the refrigerated section.
This pickle is extra crunchy. It must be one of ours.
Bert.
Like I said, it's one of theirs.
New Vlasic refrigerated deli dills.
Estee Lauder colors your Christmas beautiful with a special offer. Her new color originals. 17 beautiful shades for lips, eyes, cheeks, nails. All in a versatile tray to use again and again. This outstanding value is just $18.50 with any Estee Lauder fragrance purchase. A very beautiful holiday from Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder's special holiday offer is yours at Dayton's Cosmetics.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time now for our first super bargain of the day, and this is a super woman's cardigan sweater deal from Main Street Outfitters. Main Street Outfitters has 4 Twin Cities locations and is offering Good Company viewers a super deal on women's cardigan sweaters. Main Street Outfitters features functional sportswear for men and women with an emphasis on fashion and fun. They sell not only their own brand name, but other popular labels. Here's the deal. If you go down to any Main Street Outfitters today or tomorrow, ask for the super bargain, you will get 50% off all their Main Street Outfitter cardigan sweaters. The sweater has a rounded lapel with buttons up the front, comes in red, royal blue, caramel, and gray. This sweater usually costs $40, but while supplies last, they will be $20. That's today and tomorrow. Main Street Outfitters is located at Galleria, St. Anthony, Maine, Bonaventure, and Rosedale. By the way, these are 100% wool, so it's a great deal. Joe?
I'm with Vicki Audette, and today Vicki's going to be hunting down the super bargain for that special man in your life. This is for Christmas presents, so Sharon, Dana, pay attention.
Joe, what do you have on your Christmas list?
A daughter. But I've got to hold off on that one until next year, I think.
I don't think I can come up with that bargain.
Hey, after shopping at Anthony's, I've got a lot of Christmas ideas, but that definitely could use some golf balls. I've got quite a few in the creek out at Meadowbrook, and...
I think I can help you with those.
Okay, good.
Let's take a look at the videotape, because the first place we're going to today is a little bit unusual. It's definitely a bargain department store. But the thing about it is, this is Kaplan Brothers. It doesn't look too good from the outside, as you can see. Now, Kaplan's, though, is a very interesting department store inside. They have some wonderful bargains for men. One of their big things right now is they have chamois shirts and turtlenecks, which we're going to see here, and they're very much a takeoff on the Woolrich chamois shirt. But the price here is $13.44, so you can see that's a good deal.
Nice.
And something that Kaplan's is really known for are their gloves. Now, they have a ton of ski gloves in all price ranges. But take a look at this. These are deerskin gloves with Thinsulate and wool liners for $13.99. Now, most men have gloves on their list, especially in Minnesota. Here's another pair of gloves with Thinsulate again. It's wool and buckskin with a fleece liner, and those are $12.99. Or you can get an all-leather buckskin glove with Thinsulate and fleece liner for $13.99. So you see there are really some good deals on gloves there. Now, another thing about Kaplan's is they have a tremendous assortment of boots and shoes. They buy directly from the manufacturers, same places that the expensive places buy in town, But the difference is they have promised not to advertise any of those name brands. So you're going to get a felt liner boot here for $35.99, or Nunn Bush shoes, the wingtips, for $35.99. Thing about Nunn Bush is they regularly retail anywhere from $45 to $60. Take a look at these loafers. Their everyday price is $33.99.
Nice, some good ideas there.
Yeah. Now, the next place we went to, Joe, is REI Co-op. Now, this is a kind of an unusual place in town. We're definitely moving up. It's a lot more expensive at REI Co-op than it is at Kaplan's, but they cater to everything you could possibly want in sporting goods for the whole family. Now, the thing about REI Co-op is, if you join them for $5 a year, you'll get 4 catalogs. You can order from them by mail, and what they will do, because they are a co-op, is they will give you about 10% back at the end of the year on every dollar that you spend with them. So if you spend $100, you'll get 10 back. Now, Peak Value is their personal label, but they do a lot of knockoffs on real designer name brands. Now, this is a Sierra designer sweater for $34.95. The REI was about $10 less. And look at the bunting jackets. Patagonia, which is an expensive label, is about $30 more than REI Co-ops. And they've got tons of sporting equipment. And something that's a real nice feature here is that they have weekly free classes in all kinds of things. This week, coming up on Wednesday, they have a free class for how to wax your cross-country skis. Now, another thing they've got is some packages on skis. This is a package for $99. It's the basic package for cross-country. So if you're interested in something like that, they've definitely got it.
A nice way to break into the sport, too.
Yeah. Now, Black & Decker, this is a funny place, Joe, because here they repair Black & Decker tools, but they also sell reconditioned Black & Decker tools at a great savings. Now, one of the things that you're going to find here is that when you buy, you can get a dustbuster, for example, for $14.88. But what you buy here, you can also bring in and have repaired. Now, that dustbuster normally retails anywhere from $25 to $35. With the reconditioned, you will get a 1-year warranty.
It's a nice deal, huh?
Yeah, it is, because the warranty will still apply. This drill is $27.88. Now, in some of the items, I did find that Kmart and Target will be close in some of those prices, but you're going to have to watch the ads frequently in order to keep up with the prices. Whereas if you go directly to Black & Decker, you'll get it at a good savings all the time.
Particularly when you're looking at limited time to do some Christmas shopping between now and Christmas.
And Christmas. Yeah, they definitely have some good deals on tools. And moving up in something that's a little more extravagant for men, one of the things you might have on your Christmas list are eelskin wallets. Now, these are just fantastic, and they retail for quite a bit. Aren't these nice?
Yeah.
Feel these. Now, this wallet is selling for about $25 to $30 in regular retail, but you can get it for $14, and this is all eelskin, from a very special place called Duty Imports. And the thing about Duty Imports is, it's 2 women that go to the Orient, and they buy up a lot of eelskin and bring it back. Now, you have to call them at 451-7339 or that other number in order to make an appointment. And you go in, and they have a large assortment, not only of men's wallets, but women's too.
Mm-hmm. They're nice and light, too, for like a suit coat.
Yeah, they're real thin. They're not bulky. Another thing we've got coming up today is the Bargain Bulletin. Now, there is a very special sale coming up. You mentioned golf balls. Well, I've got some deals for you on golf equipment.
Super.
This is a sale that's real interesting because it happens once a year at Christmas time, and it's called the PGA Warehouse Sale, and it's held out at the Losper Country Club. Now, take a look at this. This putter, which normally retails for about $35, will sell for $19.95. Now, I don't golf, but I was told that this was a popular item. What do you think? It's called a metalwood.
Yeah. They've really come a long ways in the past few years. Everybody used to have woodwoods, such the name, but...
Well, this one's real light. Now, this regularly retails for about $90, and at the sale, you'll pay $39. So you can get sporting equipment.
This is a good price, yeah.
Yeah, I think that is a good price. You can get clothes. You've also got, this is great. These are Dexter shoes. Now, golf shoes usually retail anywhere, good ones, for about $60. These will be sold at the sale for $33. So you can see where you're going to get the name brands, and you're going to get them anywhere from 40 to 60% off.
Real nice. They look comfortable, too. We'll be right back with Dr. Michael Breen and a special guest, Michael Breen, and a woman who has an infection that is mistaken for PMS. We'll be back.
Thanks,
Christmas gifts of love begin at Goodman's. Diamonds, gemstones, and gold, also specially sale-priced in Goodman's Christmas book. When words alone can't tell that very special loved one exactly what's in your heart, we can help by unveiling a brilliant array of captivating engagement sets, excitingly giftable cocktail rings, and fetching diamond pendants. The season provides the occasion, and we can provide the perfect gift at a price surprisingly affordable. If you haven't received your copy, pick up a Goodman's Christmas book at a nearby Goodman's store.
The holidays are a great time to take off weight, and for a limited time, the Weight Loss Clinic is having a holiday special. You can sample their program, their $78 program for half price. That's $39 for the holidays. You can take it off the same way Julie Johnson here did. Julie called the Rochester Clinic and took off 41 pounds. That's like, oh, look at, whoa, different, huh? Different. You must feel a lot better now, huh?
Yes.
What made you decide to get into the Weight Loss Clinic program?
Well, I wanted to, I didn't like myself the way I was, and I wanted to take it off before the holidays.
Oh, and so you did?
Uh-huh.
Are you pleased?
Very pleased.
Are you surprised that you did it?
Yes.
Are you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really quite a feat, isn't it, taking off 41 pounds?
Yeah, it takes a lot of motivation.
Yeah, and the motivation came from you in the clinic.
Yes.
Good. You can do it, too. You can take off those pounds, and don't forget that special, the $78 sample program for $39.
Burger King presents Double Trouble.
I knew it the first time I laid eyes on one. This was no ordinary quarter-pound burger. Word was it was called a double. You could get it straight, with cheese, even crispy bacon, but that was just the half of it. It also had this rep for flame-broiled taste. Then, when I took a bite, that was the clincher. I knew a double from Burger King only spelled one thing for those fried quarter-pound burgers: double trouble.
Aren't you hungry for Burger King now?
Don't do TV too long.
If you just joined us, we're kind of lounging around today because we have hosts for a day doing our job, and we haven't had to do too much so far. Joe and Dana Holzinger from Minnetonka are hosts for a day, and they're taking over the show.
And they're doing a great job. You know, there's so much information. Sitting out there in the audience, I'll tell you, if I were out in the audience more often, I would be a bad audience member.
Why?
Because I don't know, I have a feeling I want to screw around, you know, talk a lot. Hey, it's, you know, the audiences, when we're here, you know, they're very quiet and they watch it. And that's great. Your deportment is exemplary. Anyway, we wanted to mention that tomorrow. Yeah, I guess that's true. Tomorrow we're having our Cabbage Patch look-alike contest winner decided. You're probably wondering what I'm talking about. We announced a few weeks ago that we are looking, this is serious, we're looking for kids who look like Cabbage Patch dolls, and we wanted their parents to send in the photos. Let's take a look.
Oh, we got so many photos, too. They're just precious. Look at this.
Isn't that fun?
Daniel looks a little like his doll.
That's right. He's a contestant. And here we have another contestant.
Aww.
Kevin Weinman, 6 months old from Coon Rapids. Those are just two of the contestants. And oh, that's great.
Oh.
That's great.
Oh, love it. Megan from Watertown. Is that precious?
Yeah.
I wonder if they made that little outfit to go with it.
Well, I don't know, but you know, the outfit really makes a difference, doesn't it?
Oh.
Cute.
Well, we have, they're going to be judged tomorrow, yes?
Exactly. So on tomorrow's show, we will show you the finalists, and then there will be a man here who wrote a book about the Cabbage Patch dolls who will choose the winner. That's on tomorrow's show.
Precious. But we have a super bargain for you.
Yeah, we do. This is our second super bargain of the day. It's a super film processing deal, and this is available at the Photo Mill. Now, this Photo Mill has 7 Twin Cities locations, and they're offering a super deal on film processing if you have those Thanksgiving pictures. By the way, they have a complete line of photo equipment and supplies, as well as a card and gift department in some of their locations. And there you're looking at the super bargains. Film processing, which usually costs between $4.49 and $11.49 per roll, you can get that for half price. That's $2.24 to $5.78. Now, there's a limit of 2 rolls per customer. Photo Mill, by the way, is located in Southtown, Country Village, Minnesota Valley Mall, Southdale Square, Village North Center. Boy, they're all over the place. Burnhaven Mall, etc. There's what they are. And also there's one in Winona. So when you go in there, ask for the super bargain, and they'll give you 50% off on their film processing.
All right, and now we're going to turn the show back over to our host for a day to give you some, well, it's fascinating medical information. Joe?
Okay, This morning we're with Dr. Michael Breen and Marty Roseberry. Dr. Breen and Marty are going to discuss an infection that afflicts women, and the symptoms of this infection mimic PMS.
I think that's one of the things that most people are interested in, that the symptoms of this fungal infection, it's called Candida, and many, many young women are familiar with this. If they've ever had a vaginal infection or what we call thrush in the mouth, and they've had a Candida infection. But there are some experts, a minority of experts, who believe that those infections in today's age kind of overwhelm the body because of the high use of birth control pills and wide-spectrum antibiotics that women get today. Those normal fungus that we all have in our intestines are growing out of control. They're producing toxins, and those toxins are affecting our hormone balance. And the result is all the symptoms that we associate with PMS. We're talking about symptoms like depression, irritability, bloating, eating binges, because the final result is that this fungal infection affects our hormones. It has effects very, very similar to another hormonal illness, and that's PMS.
Is this just recent that it's come up, the infection and the effects it has?
Well, we should say this is kind of, this is not a mainstream treatment. This is not a mainstream theory. For about the last 10 years or so, there's a physician in Alabama who's found that by treating a lot of women and some men who had these fungal infections with a harmless medication, all their symptoms were getting better and better. And he didn't do any formal research, but he told other people about this. And now this treatment is very quickly spreading across the country, and there are a handful of physicians in the Twin Cities who have taken women, and it sounds, mostly women, and it sounds like not a very logical connection, a fungal infection and all these psychological and physical problems. But when you give these women the medication, according to these physicians, their symptoms just disappear. And Marty is somebody who directly benefited from that kind of treatment.
What was your experience with this, Marty?
Well, I was diagnosed as having PMS, and some of the symptoms that I had was deep depression, suicidal depression. I had other symptoms. I had cramping. I had bloating. That was terrible. It was almost embarrassing. I used to say that I looked like a pregnant pencil. And so the doctor put me on to progesterone, and I was helped by that somewhat for a couple of months. And then I started getting very, very ill. The symptoms that I had that were premenstrual became all the time, along with some other symptoms that I had.
So are you saying it got worse when you were on the progesterone?
Yes, it did. Yes. My uncontrollable weeping, then that was a constant thing. Then I could be talking with someone very normally, and then all of a sudden start crying. Spent a lot of time in bathrooms because I was embarrassed for people to see me crying.
It must have been very frustrating.
It was. It was very frustrating. But then I was diagnosed as having chronic candidiasis.
When did you find out that it wasn't PMS and that your diagnosis was wrong? Was there a time when you realized that you should be treated with something else?
Yes, when the progesterone didn't work for me and my symptoms became worse, then I took myself off the progesterone. And I knew that there had to be something else. And a friend of mine, Ricky Weiss, called me and said, I think that I have the answer what's happening to you. Because I also had vaginitis constantly and was on medications for that. And I had chronic kidney infections. And I went to the doctor and said, I really think that this is what I have, and could we start treatment? They started me on an antifungal drug, and it's called nystatin. And one of the things that happened was I had been diagnosed as having microvalve prolapse. That stopped.
What is, I don't know, what microvalve prolapse?
Well, your heart thumps constantly, and it's
palpitation?
Yes.
You get palpitation, but also very often associated with kind of atypical chest pain and a lot of anxiety. So what you're usually doing is often found in young women. So if you have a young woman comes in, she's very anxious, she has a characteristic click when you listen to her chest and listen to her heartbeat, then you often tell them that they have mitral valve prolapse. But it's more than just a cardiac problem. It's also very often a psychological problem.
Was it real noticeable when you were taken off the progesterone, put on the right medication? Did you notice a difference right away?
Yes, yes, I did. One of the things that I noticed is my tongue was coated constantly. I can't even remember when it started, when I was very, very young, about 2 years old, my mother says. that cleared up. I mean, that was the most amazing thing. I used to go into the bathroom and stick my tongue out all the time. It was so exciting because that was a visual thing. I was getting well. Again, the vaginitis cleared up. It was wonderful not to have that. I mean, life started to have a little bit of new meaning. The depression is gone.
Can I clear up one thing? If I could ask one question, Joe, Dana, because this is what fascinates me. Is that, are you convinced in your own mind that the change in your life occurred because of this medication?
There is no doubt in my mind that this is what's helping me, that I'm getting well. There's no doubt, because I have been ill all of my life. I've had sinus infections. I've had pneumonia constantly. I have been a chronically ill person. I have a marvelous amount of energy now, and I never had that before. Life is magnificent. I'm not depressed anymore. I'm not suicidal. I'm a likable individual.
See, this is the kind of testimony that you hear again and again. There's not a lot of mainstream research on this topic, and we should warn everybody that this is a fairly speculative treatment. Not many people can tell you for sure what's going on. There's a lot of theories, but there are physicians in the Twin Cities say they've had 300-400 patients like Marty with a wide variety of symptoms. They get this medication and they do better.
Can I interrupt real quick?
We have to work
here?
with that. Sure, go ahead.
Could you just quickly give women out there the symptoms to look for so that they can ask their doctors about, you know, what symptoms should women look for?
The main symptoms are the ones, for instance, that Marty described. Irritability, depression, bloated feeling, lots of fatigue, increased susceptibility to infections, symptoms like diarrhea, allergy problems, because theoretically the fungal infection produces changes in the way you react to antigens or substances that produce allergies.
Okay, thank you. Coming up, we've got Gary Lumpkin, who helps a young woman fulfill her dream of becoming a model for the day.
Be right back.
Coming up tomorrow on Good Company, we'll begin our special series on Twin Cities women who have turned home hobbies into extra cash. Also, we'll review a new 50s-style restaurant that just opened in St. Paul. And you'll get the chance to see Twin Cities children in a special Cabbage Patch look-alike contest. Coming up next, our field host Gary Lumpkin helps make a young woman's fantasy come true when she becomes a model for a day. Stay with us.
New Vlasic refrigerated deli dills.
It tastes just like the extra crunchy pickles my father used to make.
The cold makes them extra crunchy. Vlasic makes them taste great. In the refrigerated section.
Michael's big sister wants to be a superstar, and you can watch her shine on the next Entertainment Tonight.
God, I'd love to be where they are one day.
Will the Jackson magic take LaToya where she wants to go?
The advantages are, I guess you're closer.
Then take a spin inside the Wheel of Fortune with host Pat Sajak.
Yeah, I'm beginning to feel like a game show host. Wait, I'll fix my hair. Okay.
On the next Entertainment Tonight.
Monday at 6:30 on Channel 5.
The next time you need a haircut, you could go to a barber shop or a beauty shop. Their haircuts may not cost much. Of course, they may not look like much either. Or you could go to a styling salon. You know, one of those places where they cut and blow dry your hair at a price that blows you away. Or you can come to Great Clips. Great Clips is the place that gives you what you want. A guaranteed style cut and blow dry, both for one low price. Great Clips, $7. Open evenings, no appointment necessary.
Watching your salt is a good idea, but it's only one source of sodium. This steak sauce has 275 milligrams per serving. This coating mix has 590. Now, Mrs. Dash takes out the salt. Introducing Mrs. Dash Steak Sauce with a tangy, natural taste of herbs and spices. Sizzling, savory, with no added salt. And for chicken, there's new Mrs. Dash Crispy Coating Mix. Crispy, juicy, and salt-free. Mrs. Dash, flavor so good, you won't miss salt.
All right, welcome back. In case you've just joined us and you're looking for Steve and Sharon, they've got the day off. I'm Joe Holzinger, my wife Dana. We won the Host for a Day contest, and we're having a ball so far.
Welcome to the Joe and Dana Show, maybe?
There we go.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Our next super bargain, it's a deal from Nigel's Restaurant in downtown Minneapolis. It's the Super Entree Deal. Nigel's, located in Minneapolis, is offering Good Company viewers a super deal on 2 special entrees. Nigel's offers an intimate dining atmosphere with 6 separate dining rooms and a full menu of fresh items prepared from scratch. Here's the deal. If you go to Nigel's today or tomorrow for either lunch or dinner and ask for the super bargain, You will get either their New Zealand spring lamb loin chops, which are grilled with a mustard sauce, or their fresh baby coho salmon, which is broiled open-faced with a brandy and orange butter sauce with bay scallops for half off. These entrees typically would cost $12.50 to $13, but will now be 50% off while supplies last. Both entrees are served with fresh vegetable and accompaniment of the day. Nigel's is located at 1204 Harmon Place in downtown Minneapolis. Reservations are requested. Call 338-2235, and don't forget to ask for the super bargain.
Hi, Gary Lumpkin was supposed to be with us today, but he's not, so we're going to see a video that he did. Joe and I have had a ball being hosts for a day, and we got our fantasy fulfilled. Now, Gary Lumpkin helped fulfill another girl's fantasy who wanted to be model for a day. Let's see that now.
This young woman, although attractive, is not a professional model. However, a good company fantasy may soon change all that. The subject, Janelle Streed of Apple Valley. Her fantasy, to experience the world of a high-fashion model. And so it was here, at the Robert Whitman Studio in Minneapolis, that we took Janelle for her fantasy, where she met Andrea Helm, president of the Eleanor Moore Model Agency. Now, Andrea was Janelle's guide for the day and began by explaining exactly what it takes.
We're looking for bone structure. We're looking also for your carriage. We need to know things like your age, and in this way we can tell where you'll be good, what market you could work in, and your dimensions are very important.
Andrea, exactly what do you mean by carriage?
When we talk about that, it's a poise and an inner confidence that we need to develop in you. And it's that little glow, that sparkle in your eye, that magic with the camera.
Can you teach that, or does it come naturally?
Some of it is natural, but it can be learned. There are some great tricks to learning it, too.
Next, Janelle met well-known stylist Tom Schmidt, who will give her the look of a real professional model. And while, frankly, she's a little bit nervous, Tom assures her the end result will be terrific.
Today, so I'm going to be making some changes. Since you have short hair, I can't do anything extreme, and I'm not going to make you look punk.
I'm good.
Okay, I know. You're looking at me kind of.
And with that, the fantasy was really underway.
Why did you want this particular fantasy?
I've always dreamed of being a model. I think every girl at one point in time dreams and fantasizes of being a model. I think it's a real common fantasy to want to be beautiful.
Then, after her hair was styled, Janelle met makeup artist Carol Avery.
Look, you have a very fresh look, so we're going to stay with that. Now, the makeup is going to be a lot heavier. On a model, we always go a little heavier with that, and this is a trick we use a lot in the filming. Now, you also have a smaller lower lip than the upper, so we're going to bring that down in here and enlarge the lower lip to make that more uniform.
Okay.
Well, it's really coming along, but I've got to ask you, you didn't look in the mirror after your hair was done. How come?
I didn't want to be scared by the change.
Oh, you won't be scared. It looks great.
Oh, good.
With the makeover complete, Janelle met fashion consultant David Freed, who helped her select an appropriate wardrobe. And with the hair and the makeup and now the clothes, Janelle would soon have the right look. But that's only part of being a model. And so, while Janelle went to change, I talked with Andrea, who explained how the rest of the fantasy would be accomplished.
I think we can do it. It's up to the photographer and to me and the stylist to all get that coming together for her. And she has tremendous energy, so I think we're going to see some really exciting things happen. We'll get that all going together for her. And we help her with music and with the environment and everything else to get her loosened up to really perform.
And I think Janelle's ready to perform as she gives us a "Here I am, everybody," as she returns.
You look great. How do you feel?
A little silly.
Oh, but you look very in right now.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you one bit of advice before we go on to the set. And that is, you're going to meet the camera for the first time, and it's just like a person. And you need to open your body position to it, and open your feet and your arms, and relate to that camera.
Okay.
Let's try it.
Thank you.
And with that, Andrea led Janelle to the set, wished her luck, and then left. And now, it was all up to Janelle. And, of course, the man with the camera, one of America's foremost fashion photographers, Bob Whitman.
So I want you standing real aloof. Stand with your legs spread apart, a lot of good body language. That's good. And anybody that looks at you, you're going to give them hell, okay? Good. Move, move. Spin around. Good, good. Yell and scream. Good, good, good. All right, move. Run across from side to side. Okay, run. Fast, fast. Cheer. Yell, yell. Yay! Open your mouth just a little bit. Eyes right here. Okay. You're looking around. You're the hottest thing, and you want everybody to know it. Good. Good, good. Nice. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful shot.
She looks fantastic. Will you welcome our model, Janelle Streeb? Fun.
That was great fun.
Were you nervous?
Very nervous.
Yeah?
Very.
I think I'd be most nervous about them cutting my hair and doing all that. Was
Yeah.
that scary or exciting?
It was. I was afraid I might end up with a real punk, you know, something like a mohawk or something. But it turned out, yeah, it turned out pretty
Fun.
nice.
Great.
Yeah.
Anything else? Oh, go ahead.
It looked like it was hard work, and you often hear how hard work modeling is. Was it a tough day?
I didn't think it was that hard. I guess I was more nervous. I guess there were so many people out there watching when they were filming, you know, me actually running around modeling, that made me more nervous than anything, you know.
Okay.
Super.
But, yeah.
We've got some pictures here from Good Company. As a little present that you haven't seen yet. Can the camera get this? Oh, you got it. Okay.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay.
From Good Company.
Great.
So enjoy
Thank
those.
you.
I hope you have a boyfriend or a husband to give those to. He will
Yeah.
love it.
Oh, I really appreciate this.
Here's some more. Coming up next is a special treat for Joe and I. We interview Steve and Sharon. Everything you wanted to know about them, but were afraid to ask.
Stick around.
Coming up this week on Good Company, on Wednesday, our bargain hunter Vicki Audette shows us where to find low-cost holiday fashions in the Twin Cities.
Also on Wednesday, we'll continue our special series on Twin Cities women who have turned home hobbies into extra cash.
And on Thursday, a mother of 4 gets a whole new look on our beauty makeover.
Coming up next, our hosts for a day get a chance to turn the tables and interview me and Sharon. Stay with us.
A seasonal treat from Lund's famous bakery. Exquisite Viennese torts for your holiday entertaining exclusively at all 7 Lund's food stores.
He's learning spelling with Texas Instruments Speak and Spell.
Breen. R-A-I-N. That is correct.
She's teaching her brother with Speak and Spell.
H-E-R. That is right.
They're learning new words with Speak and Spell. But don't tell them they're learning. They just think they're having fun. Speak and Spell for words, Speak and Read for stories, Speak and Math for numbers. From Texas Instruments, they make learning fun.
Outer space, the final frontier. This is the fleet of GE Spacemaker appliances. The drip coffee maker. The electric pan opener. The electric knife. Their task, to conquer space in your kitchen. Only GE makes Spacemaker appliances. Together they go where no line of appliances has gone before. Under the cabinets. The Spacemaker line of appliances, only from GE.
Okay.
Hi. Again, we're Joe and Dana Holzinger, hosts for the day, and now we have a special treat for you.
Okay, the couple we are about to interview first met and fell in love on Twin Cities Today. From there, they went on to do a national program called World of People, and thankfully for Minnesota, they came back. Would you please welcome the real hosts of Good Company, Steve Edelman and Sharon Anderson.
Well, I didn't know they were going to introduce us like that. How nice.
That's right.
That's exactly, hey, this is fun.
We're rewriting the whole show.
It's
So,
true.
Yeah.
Now you're on the hot seat.
I
Yeah.
know.
All
I have
right.
no idea what they're going to ask.
Joe,
You
go
bet.
ahead.
We understand you're quite a squash player. Are there any other sports that you're actively involved in?
Well, let's see. You know, I was never great when it came to sports in the high school. I became kind of participated in sports when I got older. So I run and eat.
That's a good sport. Okay, I'm going to keep these
Excellent.
short.
Yeah.
Sharon.
Yes.
Your parents are involved in barbershop quartets, or your father is, I understand.
my
Are
father.
you musical at all, or have you ever performed musically?
You know, I was a dancer.
Oh, really?
And I was
No
really
singing.
quite good at it for a long time. And my mother is a wonderful singer. She has a fabulous soprano voice. And we used to go to church and hear her sing every Sunday. And it was just magnificent and thrilling. And then she tried to teach me to sing. And it was a total disaster.
Was it?
I could not sing. I mean, I can carry a tune, but nobody wants to listen to my tune.
Good enough.
So I pretty much stuck with dancing.
Great. Okay, now we have a question for you. Before my son was born, we referred to my stomach as Bugsy. That was our prenatal name. What do you refer to this as? Do you have a little
I
prenatal
call it
name?
kiddo.
Kiddo.
Yeah, you do call it
I
kiddo,
call
don't
it
you?
kiddo, yeah, but you call it all sorts of different things. What are you calling it now?
I don't have a name for it. I just kind of talk to it. I always get
That
down
helps.
there. I feel I have to get close, otherwise he or she can't hear.
Yeah.
That's
And
supposed
I
to work, they
occasionally
say.
talk to it, and you know,
Used
kind
to
of.
sing.
It's a lot easier than saying it all the time to have the Bugsy as
Bugsy,
ours
kiddo.
or kiddo, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So-
So did the singing to it work? You did that, huh?
Came out singing.
Yeah.
I was crying, it was singing, it was great. Go ahead.
Okay, I have a real fear of snakes. Do you two have phobias?
Gee.
I don't.
I can't
There's
think of
nothing that
anything.
comes to mind. No
Good,
big,
go to the
no
next
big
question.
scary
Well,
That was
actually,
boring.
recently, yeah, next question. Great guess,
No,
huh?
you can't answer very long. Gotta move these
We'll
up
wait
a
for
little.
about 10 minutes and give you an answer.
Go to the next question.
I think a little bit about heights. Sometimes when you never get on top of a building? You ever get on
About
top
height?
of
Yeah.
You don't feel tall enough?
Exactly. I wish I was 6'8", and I'm only 6'6". No, actually, it's, you know, you ever get on top of a building when you're actually on top of a large building and looking over the edge, you just happen to be up there?
IDS or something, having dinner. over
Yeah,
there.
sometimes
Okay.
when we do shoots, we get up like that. And I am recently getting a little bit concerned about looking over the edge down a tall building. Kind of weird.
That's age, I think.
It's age. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more?
Maybe that is it.
Okay. That can be real scary at times.
that's true.
Okay, who normally you're eating out at restaurants and such, on a typical weekend at home, who cooks?
Neither one of us.
Neither one of you do.
We go out so much, it's unbelievable. Don't you, we go out like 4 or 5 times a week.
That's true, but we do cook breakfast.
Oh, that's true.
And that we share. Steve is an egg specialist. He generally cooks the eggs, and I do
Okay.
everything else goes along with that. And
Moving
I guess
on.
if we eat during the week at home, generally I cook it, I guess. Yeah, I do, but
Yeah.
we don't do that much.
Yeah, that's true.
One more then.
That's
Let's
what I'm saying.
assume that you just won a $2 million lottery.
Yeah.
What would be the first thing you'd buy, Sharon?
Make it a quick answer.
Oh, isn't that tough?
Fast.
The first thing that came to mind was a house.
Yeah, that's the first thing that came to my mind. A house and a great big lot.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that came to your mind?
Yep.
Okay, next question.
agree.
You just had a baby daughter. What's her name?
I came up with Carolyn, but I don't.
Oh,
I don't know.
dear.
I haven't heard
Carol.
that one yet.
I know. I'm glad you asked. Carolyn.
Which one did you come up
Carolyn.
Well, Amy.
with? Really? Well,
Well-
we have a little problem here with that lottery.
Yeah, Sharon's correct
What?
anyway. Special thanks to Steve and Sharon for letting us become hosts for the day. It was our understanding that if there was a lottery and Steve had his choice, there may be a little sports car out there for him.
Oh,
That's a 33
that's
sales
yes,
eye.
Don't let the salesman see that. He'll jack up the price.
Oh, no.
Well, I haven't bought it yet. But
There we go.
thanks.
Okay, and this, you don't have to
That's
name your
clever.
baby, but we think it's going to be a girl for Steve and Sharon.
Mm-hmm.
So, for Sharon and her little baby girl, we have
Oh,
a
and it does
little
say Amy.
Oh, it says Amy.
Amy.
We haven't
Sharon.
decided on that
You
name
know-
yet, but that's what we've been talking about, and I think it fits perfectly.
I think it does. I think it does. We were going to
There-
bring a diaper and see how fast you could change it, but
Yeah. No, I'm getting psychologically prepared for that.
Are you?
Absolutely. Sure, we're taking classes and the whole shot.
Oh,
got any advice for
won't
us?
do any good once you get down to it. But
You two
Just
do that too?
relax.
Make it feel better
Just
about
relax and
yourself.
enjoy. That's
You
Yeah.
people
The
wrap
best
it up.
part of
Yeah,
the
easy for
children.
him to say, huh? Relax and enjoy. We're the ones.
Do we have a
that
moment?
go
Oh, we
through it.
don't? Okay, we'll break the commercial and come back to our host for a day. Stay with us. Good.
Oh, this is...
I count on my Melita coffee maker for great coffee every morning.
Great coffee.
The same thing's true when my friends are over. Great coffee. And it's even more important for those special dinners. For consistently great coffee, I count on Melita. Melita's cone-shaped filter concentrates the ground so all the flavor comes through every time.
Great coffee, honey.
Melita coffee makers and coffee filters for consistently great coffee.
Thanks, Melita. We did it again.
Why do you buy the Scott Tissue 4-pack?
It gives me more for my money. Double the sheets of any leading 4-pack. So for her, it's double or nothing.
And Scott Tissue gives you more for your money?
Right. Double the sheets.
So, it's double or nothing. Look, it takes 2 leading brand 4-packs to give you as many sheets as 1 Scott Tissue 4-pack.
So if you want more for your money,
Get the Scott Tissue 4-pack with double the sheets, 'cause it's double or nothing.
Good afternoon. A group of Twin Cities doctors is making a nationwide appeal to pharmaceutical companies to donate medical supplies to Ethiopia. A study released today which shows the state jobs program is working. Supporters want another $100 million for the program, a figure the governor is unlikely to back. And President Reagan today got his first look at the Treasury Department's plan to simplify federal taxes. More news coming up at 5 o'clock.
This is Amy McNamara, and she's representing the Stout University Fashion Merchandising Promotion class. Some of them are in our audience today to tell us about what, Amy?
Yeah, we're having a fashion show. It's this Wednesday night at 7 p.m. at the Student Union Ballroom and University of Wisconsin Stout. The clothes are being brought in by Eau Claire and Menominee Merchants, and also we are having a special with designers using their own clothes for an entire set.
Okay, so where at the university is it?
It's in our student ballroom. It's at 7 p.m.
Alrighty, and there's a local number to call if you want any more information about that. Thank you, and good luck with it.
Thank you.
Steve?
Well, Joe and Dana, how was it?
Fun.
just definitely real enjoyable.
It's going to be hard to go back to reality tomorrow. We've spent since last Wednesday really together. Great.
And it's not so hard working together?
Oh,
I
thought it would
It's
be.
really been enjoyable. We've really had fun preparing for it, kind of reading questions to each other and getting our timing down right.
Well, you two were just great.
Terrific
Just
job.
great.
Hey,
Congratulations
thank
to
you.
our host for a day winners, Joe and Dana Holzinger from Minnetonka. Did they not do it, gang? How about it?
It was great. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Wonderful. It was wonderful.
Congratulations. Good there, Joe.
Thank you.
And we'll see you tomorrow. We didn't get to thank the grandmas so well.
Good for you.
Great time.